Breaking news is coming out that the Walt Disney World Resort might not want shouted. And that is, folks, if you have a reservation for Magic Kingdom in June or even in May, it might be time to reconsider, to reschedule and move it to July. Why? Well, we've got the answer, and it's a big one. A big delay is coming the way of the happiest place on Earth. Hello, folks, and welcome back. It is a joy to have you join us every single time. An attitude of gratitude when you decide to spend time on a video from the Pro Channel. Folks, as we get ready to dive in, consider clicking the like button, and we'll tell you why Epic Universe is getting ready to win even bigger than before, as Disney simply cannot get their nighttime parade out the door in the way and on the time that they thought once upon a time not so long ago. Out of WDW That's their Spanish version they're bringing out, I'm sure. Yes, and Maravita, you're exactly right, 10, because of what we said earlier. You're exactly right. All right, from WDW that's the Spanish version of the website. New Magic Kingdom fireworks times hint at Disney Starlight Parade debut at Walt Disney World. Now, folks, if, ladies and gentlemen, this was the only piece of news that we were bringing to you, this would probably not be worthy of a segment nor a video. It just would not rise to the occasion. However, there is something here that you need to know that may actually change your vacation plans. Sit tight. We'll make it all right. It says, Disney has updated the performance times for Magic Kingdom's nightly fireworks show, Happily Ever After, hinting at preparations for the debut of Disney Starlight, Dream the Night Away this summer. Dream the night away. It says in late June and early July, Happily Ever After, that's the fireworks, they're scheduled for 9:20 p.m. each night. However, starting July 6th, 2025, the fireworks show shifts to 10 p.m. This change remains in place on July 7th, the latest date currently available on the calendar. This new fireworks time appears to align with planning for a parade schedule, or for our English friends, schedule. That's weird. Say schedule. Come on. Based on traditional Magic Kingdom operations, it's likely that Disney Starlight Dream the Night Away will perform twice nightly following a familiar pattern. First parade at 9, fireworks at 10, second parade at 11. While Disney has not officially announced an opening date for Disney Starlight or confirmed nightly schedule, this adjustment to Happily Ever After performance time strongly suggests that parade operations are being factored in upcoming plans. All right, now let's get to the real news here. Vash, I'll start with you, sir. If this parade is not coming out until July, then they are delaying this parade. Maybe they can't help it. Maybe they're just this incompetent. They aren't bringing this out in time to face off Epic Universe.
Nope.
Because the majority of vacation goers, they're going to go in the month of June and then for Independence Day and Independence Day week. If they wait until the latter 3 weeks of July, most people have already done their summer vacay, and it's too late. And by the way, folks, this is the big one. This is the big news I think you need to know. If you're currently planning a trip to Magic Kingdom this summer, and you're planning to go for June, you might want to rethink it, because a huge value to your ticket is this parade. When this parade comes, the ticket price doesn't increase, but you get 2 nighttime parades, and a nighttime parade, that might be worth going to the Magic Kingdom for. So if you were planning to go in June, if you were planning to go in May, and you thought we might get a chance at the parade, cancel the ticket, cancel the reservation, and go in July, go in August, go in September, whatever you got to do. I know some people can't make the change yet, but I'm telling you, Disney has missed the mark. They've missed the dates that they needed to have. Epic Universe now has even less to worry about. Vash, what say you?
Yeah, this is. I thought this was very curious that they were debuting it in July. Like you said, I mean, the big date for everybody in Central Florida is going to be May 22nd, 2025. That's the big one that everybody is rallying around, because with Epic Universe comes so many new guests to that resort, but also to the surrounding resorts. A lot of international visitation coming out and wanting to capitalize on Epic right there. So the fact that Disney is delaying this this parade, I think it indicates to me that maybe they intended for this to debut in May, and maybe that's why we haven't received a date yet, is because maybe it's delayed, which, by the way, follows a tradition of delays of nighttime parades. I remember Light Magic like it was yesterday. Light Magic was supposed to debut on a certain date, and it did, but unfortunately, whatever could go wrong did, and that was very unfortunate. That was the successor, actually, to the Electrical Parade over there at Disneyland. And I know they have had problems getting like Paint the Night, for example, back in operational working order, because a lot of the original fabrication company had actually gone under in the time that Paint the Night was away from Disneyland Resort. So I think they are having technical issues, and that's why they have delayed and not actually had a date announced as of yet.
Yeah, listen, when they said opening summer 2025, most people probably didn't think that meant that it would be after the 4th of July. Most people didn't think that. So if you actually made a reservation for Magic Kingdom based on the idea, oh, we're going to go see that nighttime parade. We haven't done this since, what was the last one? Spectral Magic? How long has it been? No. There was one. What was the
Main Street Electrical Parade came back.
Brought Main Street back for a little bit, before the pandemic.
Decade ago.
I want to say it was like 2014, 2013, like you said, Ron. Yeah, a decade ago. Okay.
So it's been 10 years, and this literally is one of the reasons people go to Magic Kingdom. Okay, so it's been 10 years. They're going to bring it back, and they couldn't even make it in time. Like, this is supposed to be the thing that caused people to say, oh, man, we were going to do Epic, but they've got that nighttime parade again. We got to go check that out. Ron, is this going to impact anything, or are people already locked in and going to be disappointed?
You know, with what we're finding out about the hours that Epic is open, and right now, as far as I know, nothing is scheduled past 9 p.m. Now, I have talked to team members at Epic Universe, and there are plans for eventually that the park to be open later, 10, 11, 12. But as of right now, Disney really could have taken advantage of this time when Epic first opens, and they're closing at 9 o'clock at night, and now Disney has a parade at 9, 10, 11, fireworks. Wow. I would think that was the original plan. I would have thought they probably wanted to roll this out in May, because I've noticed there's a lot of discounts rolling out in May. There's a lot of big discounts, huge discounts for pass holders. I could not believe when I was looking at that pass holders are getting discounts on the level of cast members, which was crazy. This is not a surprise that Disney is again dropping the ball on something that, hope. I, as somebody who really, really wants a nighttime parade, it would be nice to see this again. I will say this: my understanding too is that Epic also may be having a nighttime parade in the works. So I've heard there's a lot of chatter about a lot of things that are going to happen there eventually, but it's not a surprise. Disney they just have not been able to deliver on any promises. And Universal lately, it's not just promises made, promises kept. It's been promises made, promises exceeded for the most part. And with Disney lately, it's been promises made, promises broken.
Absolutely. Go ahead, Vash.
Remember, too, I think Ron makes a great point. Disney could have capitalized on Universal having to step up for Epic Universe in order to provide those nighttime hours for Epic Universe when it actually opens. Unfortunately, we know that the park will only be open 12 hours on opening day from 9 to 9, which is very unfortunate. If they do staff up, it would be in around July, when at that point this parade's going to debut, and well, now you've missed your opportunity or your window in order to get some real buzz away from Universal, especially with its opening right there. Also, to remember, Universal is bringing back Sensational, the water symphonic spectacular that they actually have at Islands, not Islands of Adventure, Universal Studios Florida, and in that same park, they're bringing back Mega Movie Parade. So if you want nighttime entertainment, obviously Epic will feature that, and I've heard a big fireworks display is planned for that park right there. Ron, I think you touched on it a little bit with the rumors of a nighttime parade. We know a parade building is being constructed at this time for Epic Universe. And if you go to Universal Studios Florida, you'll have an amazing array of entertainment options. Islands of Adventure is going to be open until 10. again, Disney could have done something here. They failed to do so. And we've been hearing delays on a number of projects. I've heard maybe the Walt audio animatronic at Disneyland might get delayed. Small World is going to be delayed by at least a month over there at Disneyland. A Big Thunder Mountain Railroad might get delayed into April 2026. Originally, people had predicted it was going to come back in March of 2026. So
I'm hearing
a lot of stuff happening.
I'm hearing the animatronics are a real problem right now. So I am not going to be shocked if animatronics are delayed. Martin, I'll tell you this in the parade. They say better late than never. Mm-hmm. And sure. But I gotta say there have been some times in history of business when you really needed to launch at the same time as your competitor.
In fact, I think in this case, you want to have the first mover advantage. You want people to come in and see that you will knock it out of the park, and the other guy just can't compete. But I may be the odd man out on this one because the parades just don't move the needle for me. Maybe back when it was just me and my wife, but we've still got young kids, and they can't handle all day at a park and then a night parade.
Well, I'll say there are a lot of people, I think, who they basically go to a Disney park for the fireworks, and they used to go for the parade. Mm-hmm. And there are a lot of people who they even just go in the evenings.
Right.
There are some people who they go in the morning, they go back to the hotel, they stay at the hotel for 4 or 5 hours, and then they go back to enjoy the nighttime.
Right.
Yeah. And that's the sort of thing we used to do, but I got a big family. That's not manageable. When like I said earlier in the stream, I got a teenager. He's not going to want to settle down and take a nap, but I've also got little kids, and they've got it's just so it's not part of what we do anymore, the parades, which is a tragedy because my oldest kids did get to see Electric Light or the Main Street Electrical Parade when it was still there for a little while, and they love the fireworks. We'll watch those from like the Transportation Ticket Center and that sort of thing, or see them on the way out. But I'm not changing my plans for a parade.
Right, totally understand. The thing is, Disney needs to show that they're at least competent enough that they can bring something out at the same time that their competitor is like, hey, we made an entire theme park, largest one in history, 750 acres of resort, and we did it on time. And Disney's like, well, we tried to do a parade, and it'll come out someday. We'll get there. Just hang tight, guys. We're really working on it. It's super hard, okay? These wheels, sometimes they get stuck, and we don't want to get stuck going down Main Street, so we're really working hard. You just hang with us, okay?
maybe they'll have another bar that'll come out first, Pro. That's what they're good at lately. Yeah,
the parade. What we're trying to do. Okay, we know that Walt didn't want beer served in the Magic Kingdom, so what we're doing is the last parade float is going to be just a giant beer stand, and like we know that you can't drink it in the Magic Kingdom, so you just follow it past the yellow line where you're not supposed to go, but it's okay because you're drinking, right? So get out there. The margins are great on these things. We're going to do liquor. We'll have ladies out there. What do you want? We'll do anything. Epic Universe is absolutely cleaning our clock. We're going to tell the police officers to back off, man. Don't check and see what we're doing. The margins are great. You got to get these margins on this parade, okay?
I didn't know that Jordan Peterson's son was working at Disney now. This
is a Hoosier. This is a Hoosier exit. You want Jordan Peterson? Jordan Peterson would be like this. The problem here is Disney. They don't seem to understand that there's a window of opportunity, and if you miss it, it's like you keep your room clean for a reason, eh? Because there might be a time in your life when you need to have the things in order such that you can bring forth from the chaos a new tree that grows forth and sprouts that which might change the world if only you'd gotten it right in the first place. And Disney's not doing that. Pinocchio goes down and rescues his father from the whale. Then, well, what else are you going to do with your life, eh? Like, you might as well do that. Disney doesn't do it. You know what they're more interested in? They're like, hey, why don't we go get you drunk outside the perimeter? Well, that sounds like a great idea. No, it sounds like a gateway to hell, Disney. That's where you're going to take the people. You're going to take them down to it's like Dante's Inferno is reaching out and sucking Disney fans straight into it. And the demon of Marduk from the Babylonian tales is waiting for you there, just waiting to take you down.
Well, that's the thing, the tree and everything like that. I mean, if we're looking at this image right here on screen right now, even the way they marketed this is completely bizarre, because it's like, who is coming down and coming down from Universal and wanting to experience Disney? Who's doing any of that for Wish? Like, how is that a draw? There's no draw there. There's
Vash, I don't know what you're talking about. Look, I go to Epcot, right? And that is where Asha is meeting folks. And I'm telling you, that line, it stretches back, I want to say a good 15, 20 feet. There's got to be at least 10, 12, 13 people in that line to meet Asha.
Ron, I need a float that's dedicated to Asha, Captain Marvel, and Rachel Zegler's Snow White. Let's get that float.
Oh, boy. Oh, yeah.
All the winners.
Let's get that float.
Weird.
All right, folks, I'm spent. That Jordan Peterson thing did me in. Vash, if you ever want to do a Ben Shapiro, you're welcome to, but I can't go that fast right now. I am toast. So is Disney when it comes to their parade they needed most to battle back against Epic Universe. And it is time to put a bow on it, for this one, folks, is a gift to everybody who wants to know exactly what's going on in the entertainment industry. And we are so joyful that you were there to receive it. We hope that you had a great time. An attitude of gratitude on this channel every single time you decide to spend time with us. As we get ready to say goodbye, we only ask a few simple things. Click that like button, share, subscribe, click it, and stick it to those algorithms. It is the notification bell. Drop a comment down below. Let us know your thoughts. A mind is a terrible thing to waste, so waste not yours. And folks, as you get ready to head out that door, do you have a place on social media that you love to share this sort of thing? Hey, you can make this YouTube video sing by putting it out there for your friends, your family, and for those weirdos who just won't leave you alone. Folks, until the next time, keep learning, keep growing, and keep having fun.
Hey, Floral, guess what?
You put a fork in Pro's microwave again.
No, that was yesterday.
I don't know that what.
Oh, I've decided to give up on torturing Jonas.
What? Why? In the same way the cat sleeps like 20 hours a day, that was like your purpose.
I know, but I've decided there's bigger fish to fry.
Okay.
Like Lorne. I mean, think about it. Everybody loves him. He's a fan favorite, and frankly, he has almost no weaknesses I can find. Except that he's really smart.
So, you want to annoy the one panelist without a single flaw, because he's smart.
Yeah, like that winged statue at that fancy Paris museum thingy. I want to break the one thing that everyone loves most.
So, kind of like the opposite of Rachel Zegler.
Yeah, exactly. And I get to see her all the time at family reunions anyway.
You get to see Rachel Zegler?
Yeah. I mean, she's a total troll. Lives under a bridge, harasses billy goats, the whole 9 yards.
It all makes sense now.
Speaking of which, maybe she'll get me... Okay, call her on my... I'm gonna call her and see if she'll be in the next Indiana Jones. She should be the next Indiana Jones. That'll totally destroy Lord. He loves Indiana Jones.
Oh, that's cruel.
Hey, Rach. I've got a cool idea for you that involves a whip and snakes.
I love that description. It's perfect.
I know, right? Weird, as we always say.